Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Well, hello, everyone. Yes, it's the Kim Jacobs Show, and we are so excited to have some of our experts right here on Freestyle Friday. How are you, ladies?
I am great.
Doing well, thank you.
Oh, shooky dookie. We're going to have a good time on this show today, y'all. Listen, I want you all to go ahead and tag your friends, your family, your coworkers. Let them all know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on. And today we have a great show lined up for you. We have our experts who's going to be just dropping some tips for you that can carry you throughout your weekend and can carry you out through life, actually, can carry you all throughout life if you go ahead and just apply these tips. So as we kick today's show off, tag about 10 friends, 10 family members, 10 coworkers, 10 church members right now. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do that because nobody wants to miss anybody's comments, right? So it's like, we got to have that time, Kim, before we go, and really deep dive into this. So I'm going to tag some people too, but let's see. I have to pull it up first. It's the craziest thing. By the time I pull it up, the whole 30 seconds had already went by. I'm like, I didn't tag one person yet. How did that happen? So I'm pulling my Facebook up first. Then I'm going to tag some people. Is that fair?
Fair.
It's just like, how did the 30 seconds go and I've never even tagged but 2 people? How is that possible? I'm getting ready to tag some people now. Yes. Now, I'm going to tag right before I even take y'all to the 10 seconds, then to the 30 seconds. Yes. Yes. Now I might even get all 10 this time. Take 30 seconds now and tag and let us know where you're visiting in from, and we'll be right back. Yes. And then my daughter called. I was like, I'm on the show. I'm like, how is that possible? Right now in the middle of my 10. All right. So everybody, listen, I hope that you had a chance to tag some of your friends and invite them into the studio as well. Once you come in, let us know where you're visiting in from. Today, we're going to start off with our sunshine expert, which is Athena.
Yeah.
We always kind of save Athena because we know she's bringing so much sunshine to the world, right? But I think we need to start off. It's kind of dreary outside here in the Charlotte area, so we need to just show off with some sunshine.
Well, come on,
sunshine
come
expert
on.
Athena Robertson. So come on, bring us some sunshine. How are you?
Well, good morning, great morning, sunshine morning. It has been a phenomenal day already. If we're all here breathing, we have our life, health, and strength. We can see each other. We could compliment one another. We can love on each other. This day is already blessed in itself. And so I was sharing a little while ago with my sisters that I had the word beautiful has been in my spirit. And beautiful, what does it mean? Who are you? What do you see when you look in the mirror?
Yes.
If we proclaim that we are beautiful on the inside, then we should be just as beautiful on the outside. And so, we're all individually, we are all created individually, wonderful and uniquely through Christ himself. And so I am just truly excited that beautiful could be a mindset. It can be a word. It can be a feeling. whatever makes your day, find the beautiful in it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share with y'all because in my word and meditation this morning, I was like, Lord, what do I say to these beautiful people? Because there's greatness in all of us, but we're all beautiful. Again, we're beautiful inside and we're beautiful on the outside. And we have to know that. Not only do we speak it, but you have to know that. You have to
That's right.
know who do you see when you look in the mirror. And yes, we have a lot of beauty marks, we have beauty scars, we have beauty flaws, and we have beauty spots. But in each one of those, the awesome thing is that we're being perfected in each flaw, each beauty mark, each scar, each spot to move forward. And there's growth in that. If you know where you've been, where you want to go, where you see yourself going, and find the beautiful and the joyous in that moment, it completes everything. It doesn't matter. And sometimes we as people we get caught up with social media. We get caught up with what our friends got going on, what family got going on. We be at work, what our colleagues got going on. And sometimes we have to take a stop and a pause break and take a look at ourselves and say, hey, what's beautiful for them is for them.
That's
What's
right.
beautiful for Athena is beautiful for Athena. It goes for what God has for me is for me.
Bottom line.
Bottom line, that's how I take it. And so this pure joy that I have to share with y'all, it is so phenomenal. And I truly thank God each day that when I do look in the mirror, I see that I'm created uniquely, I'm wonderful, I'm phenomenal. I was beautiful as a child of God, and I am most definitely beautiful as a woman of God.
You act like so we're gonna talk about this, y'all. That's what this whole Freestyle Friday is about.
Let's go.
Because Athena, you can feel that she really genuinely believes that she's beautiful, and she is beautiful. She's beautiful inside, she's beautiful outside, she's beautiful because of what she brings to this whole world, right? And so I vibe with you with that. But I want to hear from other people, even here on our panel, and even those in the studio audience. How do you feel about your beauty? I want to know how you feel about whether you're beautiful or whether you think, no, I'm really not that beautiful. I really don't feel like I'm that whatever. Or do you really feel like you're fearfully and wonderfully made? Let's talk about it. I would like your comments to come in, and we want to pop those comments up, and we're going to have just a brief discussion about it. Also, how do you feel about people that come across like, I'm beautiful? Do you appreciate that? Do you feel like that's arrogance? Do you feel like, I can't believe she's walking around like she's all that, or like he thinks he's all that? What are your thoughts pertaining to when people represent what I believe is what the word of God says, that we're wonderfully made, we're beautiful in Christ. So I believe I'm beautiful from that perspective. When I always look at myself, because I feel like I'm supposedly made in the image of Christ, then I should see the image of my Savior. And that gives me excitement and joy. But when I look at myself, I don't always be like, girl, look, you cute. I don't see that. That's all the time myself. But then when I get around people like Vicky and Athena, I'm like, okay, they would be like, girl, but I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about it. Unmute yourself and let's talk about it. And Athena's information is right here. She's found on Facebook, and she's also Red Honey. How you have a name, Red Honey? HONII, the number 7, Red Honey 7 on Instagram. And she's also the owner of Express Notary Public, and you can reach her at 980-200-5740. This is our sunshine expert. So let's see what your comments are, everybody. In any of the panel, you can chime in too. Let's see. Andrea said, good morning from North Carolina. My mom said, hey, good morning, ladies. Happy Friday from 7 by 7.
Hey,
yes. Hey, mommy. And who else is on? Oh, my Lady Justine Hillier said, hello, ladies. Hey, Lady Justine. All right. Chime in on what we're talking about here. Beauty. What is it to you?
Well, happened to have that book, Know Your Worth, Overcoming the Dragon of Low Self-Esteem. So I didn't grow up thinking that I was beautiful. In fact, I share in that book how I would not look directly in the mirror. I would kind of like peer up because I would stand in the mirror and peer up and say, I'm so ugly. I never thought I was beautiful. I'm telling the truth. And so I was a very tall girl, taller than the boys. They used to call me giraffe. So I had this low self-esteem complex. And anybody, if you've had my other book, that low self-esteem also led me to suicide attempts. So I've had that hill and valley experience when it comes to beauty, and that came from just not feeling validated or coming from peers. But at this age right here, honey, oh my God, you can't do anything with me. I feel so empowered, so beautiful, not just from the outside, but from the inside, because I really do know who I am and I know my purpose. When you know your purpose and you know who you are and you know why God created you, my goodness, there is nothing that can hold. I'm sorry, people can call me arrogant if they want to, but because of who my Father is, I am so beautiful.
Yes. Okay, on page 52 of her book, Know Your Worth by Vicki L. Evans, she says, conceited individuals believe that their accomplishments are far above anyone else's and no one can meet, beat, or rise up to their level of expectations. They devalue everyone else's worth and try to make you feel like gum under the. I didn't know anybody else use this analogy but me. It's like I ain't nobody scum and gum under the bottom of your shoe. And you said that's funny. Okay, no wonder we're all connected. Okay, I had a coworker who thought she was America's most fashionable dresser. Every day she talked about what other coworkers were wearing by referring to them as a hot mess, including mine. One Friday dress down day, I wore a pair of jeans which had asymmetrical squares on them, which happened to be in style. And she asked me if I was auditioning for the 1970s movie entitled Cleopatra Jones. And of course, I was a hot mess. A month later, she wore similar jeans with asymmetrical squares, and I reminded her of our prior discussion. And she stated that her jeans were not the same as mine and that they were stylish designer jeans by Donna Karan or something. Anyway, I tell you, those jeans were so similar that it would take close examination under a microscope or a magnifying glass to find the difference in these squares. However, when I wore it, it was a hot mess. Yet when she wore it, it was designer. Yeah. So anyway, she goes on and on and on to talk about conceited individuals deflect their guilt or blame on others. They never find themselves alone in a fault. You better get the book, y'all. If you don't have this book right here from Vicki L. Evans, I'm going to put her information up too, because this is important for you to go to her website, VickiLEvans.com, and get her book. She has a whole bunch of them, and you can grab all of the copies of her book. I got all of the bundle deal. So I got all of them.
The thing that is conceit versus confidence. It's that other word, that other C word, that confidence. That, if you have confidence, not only, see, let me tell you, it's not in my ability that I have done anything that I've done in life, but right. I have confidence in the one who have made me. And because he has confidence in me, I have confidence in myself.
That's so good. Yeah, because you say that on page 57. You say the woman who knows her worth is centered, disciplined, and personifies an air of confidence that will not allow pessimism or life's curveballs to rob her of her self-worth, nor will it lower her self-esteem. Y'all, integrity is her foundation. And she goes on and on and on for literally 200 some pages. So y'all need to get this if you don't have it, okay? All right, so let's see what some of the studio audience comments are on this Freestyle Friday. I see you, Mai Tai. You said, good morning, ladies. Good morning. Hello, ladies. Carrie Ann says, she said, hello, ladies. She's our single parent expert.
Yes.
And she's also helping adolescents speak out as expert as well here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Great conversation starter. A lot of teens and young adults get their beauty tips from the world. We must continue to teach others beauty comes from within. It comes from God's thoughts. Yes. Good morning to you, Pamela Howard. Glad to have you on. And if you're ever looking to plan a major event, you want to definitely go with Pamela Howard. She keeps you on track at a very professional level. So Pamela plans. All right. So let's see. I think this would be a good time for me to show y'all this. Since we're talking about beauty, even though this is external beauty too, but some of these celebrities have lots of internal beauty too. Let's go to this Met Gala. It's the best dress for the Met Gala. Let's see. I got this. Rachel, thank you so much for doing all of the highlights for the Kim Jacobs show. We appreciate you. Let's see. What do y'all think about some of these things? Look at these garments. Woo-hoo! There's Rihanna. First of all, I would burn up in that. I ain't gonna lie to you. So she must not be going through premenopause. I would be
she off that the best. Yes.
But she working it. Don't get me. She working her beauty. All right, let's see. What? Look at that.
Is that Jennifer Lopez?
That's Jennifer Lopez. She looks good for her age too. Look at that.
Yes, she does.
She's showing all them legs. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. What are y'all thoughts about some of these Met Gala dresses? Oh,
very extravagant.
Oh, tax the rich is what the back of that dress says. Tax the rich.
Oh, okay.
Tax the rich. What does that? That's like a whole thing in itself. But we're not gonna talk about that right now. All right, look. This is oh my goodness.
Oh, Sierra. Oh, okay.
They working these outfits.
Okay.
I like that green.
I like that green. That's pretty.
Everything that these people are wearing
it's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, she got it.
Stunning stuff.
Red is my color. I love that.
I've never seen this in Ross or anything.
Okay, Megan Fox. Okay.
I ain't seen this in no department stores nowhere around the land.
Custom made.
Oh my gosh.
Ow.
That look good. Y'all, seriously, right there. If you have legs like that, you like now. The focus is not all of this stuff. It's look at my legs. Beautiful.
She got them track star legs. That's a pretty dress.
My goodness.
That's a pretty dress. Okay.
This stuff, I mean, this is very creative, out of the box stuff. This is using your
some very
Whoa, Nelly.
Oh, glory.
That's a whole event in itself. That's
a whole ensemble in itself. Yes. Oh, come on, Jay. Jennifer Hudson. Come on, boss lady.
You get some respect in that dress, right?
On my name. I love it.
Oh, look at you.
Look at Serena. Oh, okay. It had to be cold where they was at because if
I promise you, if I had all of that stuff on my body, you would have to take me to the emergency room. It's too hot. They'd be like, she just got overheated, dehydrated. But she looked good. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead, working y'all. Who is this? I don't know these people. Anybody? I don't know the people. I don't know. So, but the point is, he got on a whole king.
He got on a whole
outfit. He working his king royalty. He like that. This right here is royalty, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is that Katy Perry? I don't know. I can't see because of my glasses. That's why we need Joe Duncan on here. He's supposed to be a celebrity.
No, that look like that's Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah, I don't know. But I'm just showing y'all. Y'all can chime in. I don't know all the names of the people, but I'm just showing you their fashion. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Okay, y'all like this stuff?
That blue is popping.
Wow. Okay, so this is endless. I'm not gonna go through all of it. What in the world?
Oh,
this is for women.
This is for women. All right.
All right. That's cute. The way she got her little. Everybody just looking good. They know they look good too. You can tell. You see
the beauty in the outfits. Do you see the beauty in the dresses? That's the whole ensemble is the beauty in that. You find the beauty in the design, the beauty in the fabric. And so, that just goes back, and I agree with Miss Vicky that when you know who you are and who you are and whose you are, nothing else matters. I don't compare to Kim. I don't compare to Miss Vicky. I don't compare to Miss Camilla. We are all beautiful within ourselves. We all add beauty. And then what makes it so unique, what makes it so marvelous and fabulous is that we add beauty to each other. That beauty bounces off beauty. Your light shines off of the next person shines. If there is a dimness and you see your sister in a dimness or you see your brother in a dimness, you can light them up. You can encourage them and build them up. It's your mindset. It's a choice. When you wake up,
life is full of choices.
If you're going to have a great outstanding day or if your day going to be sometimes when it's you can fix it. You can fix it. You can declare and decree over yourself that, hey, whatever this funk is, whatever it may be, I might not understand it, but I choose to see the positive insights of it. And that's what I'm going to feed off of so that I am building myself up inside as well as it's going to flourish on the outside. Because if whatever we're putting on the inside of us is going to come out on the outside.
Yes, I agree with you.
If you're not building yourself up on the inside, guess what? It's going to display something crazy on the outside. And you're looking at like, what is going on? Sometimes we have to take a step back. We got to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. I'm beautiful. I'm a conqueror. I'm an overcomer. And because of Christ, I can do all things through him that strengthens me.
That's correct.
It sets the whole foundation. It sets the whole tone. And then you can move forward throughout your day.
I agree with you.
So yeah. And y'all, I do my notes. And so I'm just super excited that, just know that we all are beautiful. Again, we all are beautiful through our scars, through our flaws, through our spots. And Miss Vicky hit it right on the nose. No, we have not. Maybe at some point in our life, we may not have all seen beautiful. And I can attest to that. So when I say that through my flaws, through my scars, through my spots, those moments that I didn't feel beautiful, I had to first take a look at Athena. What is it that Athena needs? And then, I had to seek that in prayer. I had to go to God in prayer. And so now, you can't tell me nothing. All beauty gleams, all sunshine. It just outpours. And in my closing, I truly thank God for that. I truly thank God for the humbleness and the faithfulness in him and allowing him to continue to mold me and create me, because he's the potter, I'm the clay. And so he's over here. I'm a beautiful thing. I'm a beautiful thing, still a work in progress. A work in progress. Trust God in the process and know how to trust God in the outcome and know that it's going to be beautifully and manifested. Thank you guys.
I love it. I love everything that you're sharing. And this is great information from our sunshine expert, Athena Robertson. On Facebook, you can find her as Athena Robertson. You can also find her on Instagram at Red Honey, HONII, the number 7 on Instagram. And she's the owner of Express Notary Public. Her phone number is 980-200-5740. So we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to hear from our own Camille Richardson. And so she is our vision expert. She's a blind young lady that is like, girl, I don't care about no sight. Guess what I do care about? I am full of vision. And we're going to hear some of her
love it.
Tips for us right when we return from this commercial break. Listen, today's episode is sponsored by the Snow Legal Group. And I know people do reach out to me and ask for Snow Legal Group's information. I gave someone the information yesterday. I am telling you that it is a great company and firm that will fight for you to get you the justice that you deserve. Their phone number is 704-358-0026. And their email is info@snowlegal.com. When you reach out to them, please let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show is who sent you their way. Let's learn more
I'm
from
attorney
him.
Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, and we are back, and we're talking right now with our Freestyle Friday experts, and our next one is none other than Camille Richardson. How are you today, Camille?
I am fabulous. Today is Friday, so
Yeah.
you already know I'm doing great.
You look great, and I mean, you probably, you got to know you look beautiful because you.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate it.
You're wonderful. So, what do you have for us today, Camille?
So this morning, I'm actually going to speak about employment and unemployment really, and how it disproportionately affects people who are blind and visually impaired. So this pandemic has been a little bit tough for everyone, but especially for people who are blind and visually impaired. And then when it comes to employment, it just kind of really gets a little difficult. The reason I was led to speak about this is because unemployment ended on Labor Day. I believe it was September the 6th.
Okay.
And for some, of course, it was the sign that, okay, I'm going to have to go back and start working again and all of that. But a lot of times for those of us who are blind and visually impaired, while we were receiving unemployment, we were still applying for jobs.
Right.
Pre-pandemic, this has been an issue as well. Unfortunately, for those who are in this community, 70% of us are unemployed, not because we don't want to be, but because oftentimes when dealing with employers, there's a lot of unconscious bias in the employment space when it comes to people who are blind and visually impaired. I had the pleasure this past Tuesday of speaking to a global marketing and advertising company about this very, very
That's good
situation. And again, a lot of us find ourselves, because I was in this group as well. A lot of times what will happen in good scenarios, we'll send our resume in. An employer or potential employer will see the resume, send the interview. Oh, we'd love to have you in for an interview. And then we come in, you see that we're blind, and all of a sudden your listening ears turn off. Like, oh, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? Literally. And you can feel the temperature of the room drop. It's like, uh-oh. And so we kind of know what's coming next, because we're already there. So you got to do the interview, right? So we come in, we do the interview, but I can tell you're not listening because all they're hearing is, she's blind. How's she going to do this job? She's blind. Oh my goodness, what is she going to need?
Oh my gosh. So the things you're saying right now never even crossed my mind. Do you know how ignorant I feel right now? I feel like this is stuff that this never crossed my mind until you're saying this.
And so what we have a lot of times, what we have a lot of times is people who have college degrees or even master's degrees working in jobs that really don't suit them, or working in, jobs that kind of kill their spirit. But really, in all reality, they want to work in a job in their field.
Right.
But because they feel like, well, this company will give me a job, oftentimes we end up working in, sheltered workshops for the blind, which for a lot of people, if you cannot do any better, that is fantastic. But oftentimes, like I said, you find people who have master's degrees working in this because, well, they hire the blind, so I'm going to take it. And that's when, you run into a lot of financial issues. You deal with a lot of depression because you can't, you don't really want to work here, but this is where you are. And we just want to be productive. We want to be gainfully employed. And a lot of things that you face is, the lack of home ownership in the blind community because of lack of stable, gainful employment, which is, again, a major issue. So I'm not speaking this to be all doom and gloom, but I'm also being very real and raw about what it's like to seek employment, but oftentimes not be heard because of unconscious bias, which does exist. So, for me, of course, there's always been this internal drive where, yes, I've been in situations where I had to work at places that I really didn't want to be, but I found that through those situations is where I rediscovered my voice and who I am. So this is why I'm often on platforms like this, so that I can bring awareness of the blind to the
Yes.
sighted. And, I always give people, calls to actions now when I speak. And there are two things I want to say really, really quickly. So the first thing, when it comes to people, when you meet someone who is blind, just in your real everyday life, because we don't know anybody who's blind until we meet someone who is blind.
That's
But
right.
do some research. Try to get involved in different organizations that are, blindness organizations, but not coming in to serve them, but to come in to serve with them. Because oftentimes when you think of organizations for the blind, you think of a charity of some sort, or you think that it's
Right.
charitable
Right.
contribution. But no, we are servants. We're not always looking to receive services. We are also looking to serve, and that's what we do. So partnerships and working with us is very important. And also,
Awesome.
because there may be potential employees or employers listening, I want to say, if you are in the position to hire someone and something in that resume caught their attention, and you come and you see that they are blind, the first thing I want you to do is think about this. Am I going to honor the equal opportunity statement that is written at the bottom of that website? Every website has it, where you have the equal opportunity
But it's
statement.
subjective if a person can just
Yep.
decide that the most qualified person, because if they're blind, don't get the opportunity. That's not cool.
Exactly. So I say, really, truly honor that, because if you truly don't discriminate based on all the things that are written in that statement, then truly do that. Be a company of your word, because I would totally hate for you to miss out on someone who could potentially be the most valuable asset to your company because of your unconscious bias and because you turned off your listening ears after you saw that this person had a disability. So that's all I want to say on this morning.
That is some good stuff that you're saying, man. Okay, look, thank you so much, Cassandra, backstage, for typing all of these comments. Just want to recap what she's saying here. When it comes to unemployment for the blind and visually impaired, there is unconscious kind of bias in the workplace, according to Camille. So we want to be very mindful of that. And I see all of the other comments as well. The blind and visually, let me put this comment over here because I want to make sure you all walk away, especially if you're replaying this broadcast with your friends, your coworkers, that you have all of the tips here. And Cassandra's taking her time to do that backstage. The blind and visually impaired do not want to settle for a position just because the options for employment are limited. So you don't want to have to not be able to get the position that you're best suited for. This is really incredible. And I know that you are serving the community through the Kim Jacobs Show by being able to spread light and joy. And so I feel like I'm doing my part to contribute to the blind community in a beautiful way, because you are so valuable here on this platform. And that's why I'll reach out. I'm like, you coming on this week? You coming on this week? I do that all the time, don't I?
You do. And like I said, it's been an interesting couple of months, but I'm here.
You're here. And I'm so grateful that you're here. Very grateful. And you're not just here, but you show up in a wonderful way that's very inspiring to everyone else. Yeah. So Camille Richardson is ICEE technology 06 at gmail.com. ICTechnology 06 at gmail.com. That's for the podcast listeners. Or you can reach her at blindgirlvision at gmail.com. She welcomes all emails and will respond back to you personally. Her phone number is 910-273-7244. Again, it's ICTechnology06 at gmail.com or blindgirlvision at gmail.com. Do you have any questions or comments for Camille? Let me see here. Okay, somebody said amen, Camille, a Facebook user said amen to you, what you're talking about. Yes, great show. Carlos, glad to see you, Carlos. And he's a strategic business entrepreneur and does a lot of great work in the community. And glad to have you on today, Carlos. All right, let's see. Anybody else had any comments that you want me to pop up? Athena, I see you. You said, don't be so judgmental, but look past your lens and see that person for who they are and treat them with love. I love that comment, Athena. Athena's right here. as one of our experts, and she's
Mhm.
sharing that comment. Okay. All right. So any other comments, keep them pouring in. We'll get to them throughout today's broadcast. And Camille Richardson, feel free to just chime in on any of the other topics. This is great advice that you've shared today.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I could do that.
Yeah. So if you have an opportunity to give someone blind, not just giving them the job, but because they are best suited for the job, let that prick your heart, what you heard today, that they shouldn't just be overlooked because they can't see, because they have
Right.
so many capabilities to be able to, and Camille has taught me this, actually, I didn't know this either, but she can tell different colors and
Mhm.
different things. Just talk about it, Camille.
Well, I want to say really quickly, it also goes beyond that too, because when someone is really looking at the resume, like I said, something on that resume caught your attention. So it's
Right.
clear they've got the experience in whatever it is that you want to that you're trying to find someone to fill the position for. So they're a potentially great candidate on paper. So that's what I'm saying. They're a wonderful candidate on paper. So let's see
So
how
when
they
you
do.
come in and meet them, why does it
Yeah,
change? Right.
it's
Why
yeah, it
why
changes.
why does it change? I don't know the
Mhm.
answer to that, because it shouldn't change, because I'm still the same person that you saw on paper, that you talked to on the phone. You loved my voice. It was like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, we cannot wait to actually
I know.
carry you to the next phase. Right.
Mhm. Right. Right,
I'm
right,
a big
right.
role play person. So Camille, I role play a lot. That's what I love to do.
I know
So
you're
if we're talking, I'm serious. I'm very serious. So let's role play for a second. Hey Camille, how are you? Let me put
I'm
myself up
one.
here beside. Wait a minute. I'm gonna put
I'm
myself up here beside you for a second so we can.
Oh, okay. You put yourself. Oh, okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
putting beside. I'm going right here beside you, so I'm talking to you.
Yes,
Hey
yes.
Camille, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm fantastic. And yourself?
Oh, I'm doing well. I can see that you have quite a bit of technological experience. And what is your area of expertise, Camille?
My area of expertise is assistive technology. I teach people who are blind how to use their assistive technology to gain independence and also reconnect with their communities.
Oh, wonderful. So you have a really specialized niche focus area. And so you really know what you're doing. How did you get involved in that?
Well, I've been using assistive technology my whole entire life, and I began teaching about 10 years ago. And I wanted to follow my passion. So here I am today after 10 years of working in the blind and visually impaired community.
Excellent. So now one thing right now, just so we are all hearing what I'm saying, she's never mentioned that she's blind yet.
Mhm.
Just so, can y'all pick that up? She hasn't said I'm blind. She said that she's utilized her skills and her talents to work with the blind community. So at this point in the phone conversation, I don't know whether she's blind or not. And legally, I should not be asking her that.
No. And honestly, too, there's always there's a debate in the blind community. We don't know whether to disclose that immediately up front or come in, because I've done both. I've actually done it both ways. I've told people I was blind over the phone, and I get oh, I have to talk to my manager, and then I don't hear back from them, or I'll come in. And again, the temperature drops. I go, we interview, and oh, well, we'll send you an email. And that email says we've gone with a different candidate. Now, you can't straight up say because of ADA why, but we know why. And
Right.
again, I don't want to be doom and gloom. I always come from a place of power. And a lot of us, like me, have decided we're going to create our own lanes and be opportunity creators instead of instead of asking for the opportunities. We go out and create them.
Well, I'm really, I get really frustrated about this, because I had another situation where a young man, he's blind as well, and he had been calling and trying his best to get in to
Mhm.
do an internship or a job shadowing situation, and he was treated pretty badly. And it to the point where it changed his whole desire to even not go into the journalism field altogether. He's now interested in coaching or teaching or doing something else, because it just really damaged him. But that was a dream of his initially. And so this can alter when things like this happen to someone that's
Mhm.
beyond something that's beyond their control, obviously. It can really damage a person's outlook on life. And that's whether you can see or not see things damage me, and I have full sight, and I'm still damaged by stuff.
That's how I became a massage therapist for 11 years, because I decided to do that because nobody would question my ability, but it wasn't something that fed my passion. So now I'm doing what does feed my passion.
That's good. That's good. Bravo. Bravo. Okay. Any comments? Any comments? So when you go in, when you walk in and they see you, they're all excited at first, and they're like, "Hi, how are you, Camille?" And then it's a pleasure. And then after they realize that you're blind.
Oh, she blind.
Then they're like, "Oh,
what do I
so."
It's like it becomes mechanical.
Okay, so tell us what you can. And there's a huge, everybody can see the difference in that versus in, "Hi, so glad to have you. Come on back. Can't wait to get to know you better." I enjoyed our phone conversation. We had a beautiful time. I have a whole panel here to interview you, and everybody's fired up. And then you walk in and they're like, "What are we supposed to do?" Like you can't hear them. It's like, what? I can hear you. You're whispering about me, right?
Yeah, you can hear the wheels turning. It's very, very interesting. But again, like I said, the one thing, like I said, really just take a step back and say something on that resume caught my attention.
Okay.
So now that I know that and I see this, obviously this person has done this job before.
Right.
So let's stop focusing on the how and know that it will get done. And once you take
excited.
Oh, what were you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, you go. I cut you
I
off.
was gonna say once you take that bias out and really listen and for the answers to the questions that you ask, then you're on the right track.
Good. Well, all of you that are watching the Kim Jacobs Show, please make sure that we are not biased in any way, shape, or form. I think this is a beautiful educational moment today on our Freestyle Friday from our vision expert, Camille Richardson. And she's an opportunity creator. And also I share with you how you can stay connected with her. So we're going to hear, thank you, Camille, for that very enlightening session. So see, I sandwiched you in today between Sunshine and the woman of many hats. So between them, that's okay. We had to have some, some deep dive topic in there too with what you were talking about. So they got you. They got you.
All right.
All right. So listen, everybody. Also, some more news that I want to share with you right quick that I recently found out. Oh, the guy in the king outfit was Lil Nas. Is that how you say his name?
Lil Nas.
Okay, thank you, Cassandra. I was like, who is Lil Nas? Everybody know Lil Nas. So I'm like, I done heard that name a lot, right? But I didn't. Anyway, pay me no attention. My kids would be like, "Mom, please don't say you don't know who Lil Nas is." Sorry about that. All right. So anyway, I don't know if you've heard about this as well. Norm Mcdonald, comedian and Saturday Night Live alum, dies at the age of 61. And this is news that we have in our feed for this week for you all as well. He had been battling cancer for several years, but kept his diagnosis private. His friend and producing partner, Lori, told CNN in a statement. So he was most proud of his comedy and never wanted the diagnosis that he had to affect the way that his audience or any other loved one saw him. And there is a whole story here for you. We'll put that in the comment sections for you to be able to go back if you just want to have like a one-stop shop area to review some of these news facts here. Okay. So when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to hear from our woman of many hats, which is none other than Vicki L. Evans. So we'll be right back and let you hear from her right after this break. Ready for this? We ready for the hat she wearing today, y'all? Okay. Let's see. We'll be right back. All right. Today's episode is also sponsored by Silver Shield Security. Let's learn more about them now.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day. Full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements. And we'll even give you a free door camera.
New messaging.
Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right. And because there was an echo, I'm going to play that commercial one more time. I don't want any of our sponsors not to have their commercials fully heard. So let me just mute you for 1 second and replay it. All right, everybody. We're going to go back in here. Silver Shield Security one more time.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day. full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, and we are back with our woman of many hats, and that's none other than Ms. Vicki L. Evans. I want to make sure I can unmute you. There you go. All right, Vicki, talk to us today. How are you?
I am wonderful. How's everybody doing today?
Doing wonderful. Doing wonderful.
I have certainly enjoyed the show this far. I have enjoyed our sunshine expert. She definitely brought the brightness in today, and so I'm just so happy. And it's always good to hear from Camille and just to hear just how remarkable she is, and that she doesn't stop because of what others may feel about who she is. And so I'm just so inspired today. So today I am wearing one of my greatest loved hat, and that is as a playwright. So I got my playwright hat on today.
Okay, come on, bring it, Mr. Playwright.
I do. And I have also my shirt of one of my plays on. It's called A Change Is Gonna Come. I'm gonna start off. A Change Is Gonna Come is my domestic violence play, but I'm going to talk to you today about something a little bit different, and I want to give you a historical background on this first before I tell you how it ties into a project that I am doing right now. I'm going to give you the story of Greenwood. Greenwood was a community an enterprise. But in the spring of 1921, it morphed into a story about racism, crime, and crushed dreams. This occurred in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was this affluent Black-owned neighborhood that many called the Black Wall Street. But on May 31st and June 1st, 1921, growing tensions in Tulsa and centuries of systematic racism in the United States sparked the worst incident of racial violence in American history, the Tulsa Race Massacre. And what happened, a white mob invaded, looted, and burned Greenwood to the ground. An estimated 300 people were murdered and 10,000 were left without homes. The part of this that many people don't know about is that this attack was sanctioned by our U.S. government. Bombs was actually dropped on this Black-owned town. And so, first of all, I was just startled to find out that our government sanctioned this, and this is a part of our history that we don't talk about a lot. And also, I was just kind of startled to find out that even when we try to progress as African Americans, we're always pulled back, either by our own country or our own governmental systems. That really just kind of left me in a kind of sad state. But I want to tell you.
Let me say, I cut you off for a reason on purpose, because I want to show some of the images, because it's one thing when you're talking about what you're saying, but it's another thing for people to visualize it. So I wanted to show you so you could even talk even further. Here are some of the images of what Vicki is talking about. This is unbelievable.
Yes.
And when did this happen again? Can you tell everybody one more time?
In May 31st, well, actually June 1st, 1921 is the actual incident. This is the 100-year commemoration of this particular event.
Well, if you Google it, it's thousands of images here. And this is from the source of Google is where I'm, and so it's all different types of images that you'll find there. Wow.
But the thing that I really want to connect it to is what a project I'm doing right now. So back in the pandemic, when the George Floyd incident happened, and so it brought a lot of attention on racial tension and what was going on in our country. And so a lot of people, whether they were African American or otherwise, began to pay attention and to understand that this particular thing and that race is happening today in our country. So in Charlotte, let me bring it to Charlotte, there was a lot of talk about diversity and inclusion, especially in the theater community. So at one of the Zoom meetings, because everybody on Zoom during that time because we were closed down, they were talking about diversity and inclusion, how in the theater community can we come together. So I just kind of spoke out and said, hey, I have this group called the African American Playwrights Group. Many of you are saying we don't know how to connect with the African American community, but we're right here. All you have to do is reach out. And so a mainstream theater company in Matthews called Matthews Playhouse of the Performing Arts reached out to me and said, we would like to partner with your group. And we would like to do something to kind of bridge that gap. And I thought, oh, this is great. So we had a Zoom call and we talked about what we could do to bridge that gap. And so we came up with having our very first BIPOC Playwright Festival that featured the work of African American playwrights in our local community. And so we did that. We planned it in the pandemic. We didn't know how we were going to do it because all the theaters were closed, and we didn't know how we were going to accomplish this. But April the 10th of this year, we had our very first BIPOC Playwrights Festival. We had 18 playwrights that submitted, and then we narrowed it down to 5 semifinalists. And on that day, April the 10th, those 5 semifinalists came together and they did readings of their plays. And so we picked one winner from that event. Right. And one winner, and that winner happened to have the play Greenwood.
Get out of here!
Greenwood, about what we're talking about right now, that historical event. That person was actually the winner. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I started the African American Playwrights Group, I was thinking locally. I wasn't thinking globally. But the winner of this playwriting contest is from California. From California.
So they're going to be here in Charlotte?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you. From California. And he just happened to had joined the African Americans Playwrights Group, which made us global. So my vision expanded from a local support group to a global, and just like that in this pandemic. So, and so then when he brought the play Greenwood, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know too much about this historical event. So I started researching and I thought, oh my God, this is a part of our history that I didn't know about. And so he has this play based on that. So I'm saying this to say, this weekend, Friday, 7:30 p.m., tomorrow, Saturday at 2 p.m., and at 8 p.m., the play Greenwood will be performed at Matthews Playhouse in Matthews, North Carolina, 100 West Mcdonald Street. You can get your tickets by going on that website. You need to come. This is a great play. And what he did, the playwright's name is Coolidge Harris II. And he partnered with a wonderful director that's in Greensboro, North Carolina, Elizabeth Flax. And I'm telling you, what they've done with this production is phenomenal. This Greenwood is based on a love story between two people who actually, and these are the names of the actual people, is based on a love story and what occurred within them right before this incident. happen.
Wow.
So it's not just about the incident. It's not all about the burnings and the looting. It also has a romantic component to it. So I am asking you guys to come out this weekend, purchase your tickets and come see Greenwood. It's part of your history as well. Come see a part of your history being displayed on stage and brought to light, depicted on stage in the performing arts. And let me just throw this one last thing. And I am so grateful to Matthews Playhouse that they stepped up to the plate. This is a festival we are doing every year. So they're serious about it. They didn't just step up and say, okay, let's just give them a bone and let's do this one particular, performance. They adding this to their season. Every year there will be a BIPOC playwrights festival, and one playwright will get the opportunity to produce their play every year. So I'm just saying, this is an awesome step up to the plate to say, hey, we want to do whatever we can to be diversified and included, and how we can bridge the gap. So they stepped up, and I'm so proud of them.
Wow. Wow. Everybody, listen, I am excited about what we're hearing here. The play at Matthews Playhouse. All you have to do is we have the link here for you. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Greenwood will be performed at the Matthews Playhouse, and it's right here in the comments section for you. So you'll be able to click right on that link and get your tickets.
Kim,
yeah,
do me a favor. Correct that link. It should be 2 T's in there. Matthews Playhouse.
Well, here, actually, Cassandra, she's on it in the backstage. So that's why she already retyped it. And so thank you, Cassandra. It's tomorrow at 8 p.m. The play Greenwood will be shown at Matthews Playhouse. It's Matthews with 2 T's, MatthewsPlayhouse.com. MatthewsPlayhouse.com.
And there's a 2:00 matinee tomorrow too. And it starts tonight at 7:30.
Okay, so you can go this evening. Let's put that. You can go this evening. You can go tomorrow afternoon for a matinee, or you can go tomorrow evening for a night performance as well. But if you go to MatthewsPlayhouse.com, you'll see all of the available times. You don't want to miss this extraordinary historical event that's being brought to life right on the stage. And thank you so much, Vicki, our playwright hat that she's wearing today. As well, get her books, and we talked to you about how you can obtain all of the services and products and plays and different things that Vicki L. Evans is doing as our expert right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. You're going to hear about Vicki L. Evans with a lot of stuff that's coming up soon at the Blumenthal Theater. You name it, it's happening through this playwright right here, expert on the Kim Jacobs Show. VickiLEvans.com. Her email is VickiLEvans@gmail.com. Okay, wow. We had an action-packed hour, right? I will let you guys know, and we'll put this in the link as well, that the COVID numbers are still rising like at an astronomical rate, to the point where, according to ABC News, that is wiping out months of progress. So according to ABC News, they said that some of the hot spots like Florida, Louisiana, they are improving, but infection rates are still soaring in Kentucky, Georgia, and Tennessee, and fueled by children now being back in school and the mask restrictions and low vaccination levels. This is what's all contributing to all of these numbers. And according to the rates that's shared here, the U.S. is averaging about 1,800 COVID-19 deaths and 170,000 new cases per day, which is the highest levels respectively since early March and late January of. So it's ridiculous. We got to figure out how to get a handle on this. And again, continue to pray for everybody that's dealing and suffering with COVID, please. And we'll put all of these comments in the links in the comments for you. Wow. Okay. I do want to let you guys know, on next week, we have some great shows lined up for you. We're going to kick the week off with our own Corinne Brown. Meatless Monday is what we're talking about. On Monday, I'll be in her studio. We're talking about Meatless Monday. And she's gonna, now, girl, I do like meat, so I'm trying to think. My kids said, okay, so I gotta say, I do like different types of sandwich meat. I don't know what other word to say except for meat. You gotta say meat if you like meat, right? But anyway, she's going to do Meatless Monday. So it's going to be something she's going to talk to us about that's going to really help us like this. Okay. And I'm excited about it. She's our fresh expert. That's Corinne Brown on Monday. And on Tuesday, we have Inspiring You to Live Boldly. Look at how she posed. Kim is not playing. She like, oh yes, I am the owner of Live Boldly, coaching, personal growth coach, and motivational speaker. She's going to tell us how to do exactly that on Tuesday. Then I know next week as well. I think it's on Thursday. We're going to have this. Remember this lady that came on this week from Homeless to Millionaires? She's coming back with part 2 of her story next week. And you don't want to miss that because we got a little snippet at the after party. Woo-hoo! Part 2 gets even deeper. So you want to tune into that. And the final thing I'll tell you all is if you haven't registered for the Gates Heart Foundation 5K walk, make sure that you do that. That's coming up on next Saturday, September 25th. Every year we have the 5K walk. It's an annual event. And this year we're going to also be raising balloons and releasing balloons in honor of Chantel Patterson and also in honor of my friend Cherie Kelly Jones, who also passed away recently. And she, again, was one of the overseers to help me with my son, Gabe. So we're going to be releasing balloons right at the beginning of the walk for them. As we come back, we get ready to close out. We have to close out. Do you have a final thought? Anybody?
Hey, just enjoy this Fly Friday. Be blessed, stay safe, and remain beautiful.
All right.
See you at Greenwood.
See you at Greenwood this weekend, everybody. And I'm going to get ready to close out. You guys can go ahead and pop off because I know you got the rest of your day going and you're at work and stuff. Pop off. I'm going to show you one last episode sponsor. Cassandra, you can go ahead and go to everybody. And thank you all for being here as my experts. And I'm going to show you my last episode sponsor. And then I'll show you the closeout of the show. Have a great one, everybody.
I'm attorney Charles Everett. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
Everyone, and our final episode sponsor today is none other than Lamb Funeral Home. And I do want to make sure that I let you know because there are so many deaths that's happening across the land and people aren't really prepared for them. But if you want to reach out to Lamb Funeral Home, they're in the Concord, North Carolina area, but they are certified in all 50 states. You can reach them at 704-782-3011. Let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And they have over 28 years of funeral home experience. Mr. Lamb is a veteran and he knows all of the ins and outs regarding to your veteran benefits. If you're an adult dependent child or you're a spouse of a veteran, there's things I can promise you probably don't know. You want to reach out to them to find out what's available. They'll talk to you about what to expect if you're dealing with the death of a loved one, immediate needs, and as well funeral pre-planning. So make sure you reach out to Lamb Funeral Home and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And the final thing, I just look here and give any shout outs to these comments that came in. I didn't want to disregard anything that came in. Make sure you check that play out of Greenwood. I see you, Mother Evangelist Clara Walton. You're watching Freestyle Friday and so glad that you tuned in today. All right, everybody, we will see you all on Monday. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And I'll be talking with you next week at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.